Manipur police have intensified efforts to locate the 6 individuals, including the 3 women and 3 minors, who went missing after militant attack on the Borobekra Police Station and a nearby CRPF post in Jiribam district. This comes after the bodies of the 2 men have been recovered from the houses in Manipur's Jiribam, a day after security forces shot dead 10 suspected militants in the area. According to the police, the gunfight took place after a CRPF post located at the Jakudhar and the nearby Borobekra Police Station came under fire. Local residents have said that the suspected militants had also attacked homes and shops in the Maiti settlements in the area earlier in the day. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation that's in fact very grim at this point to prevent further escalation of such attacks. This comes as Manipur has been witnessing a fresh spate of violence over the last weeks, with several attacks taking place across the state. Earlier, in Jiribam, a 31-year-old mother of 3 was charred to death after militants torched 17 houses in Zarwan village. This was followed by a 34-year-old woman farmer being gunned down while working in the paddy fields at Bishnupur. But that's not all. Militants then also targeted the farmers in Sanasabi village of the Imphal East. The BSF and the Mahar regiment were quick to come and to intercept to the aid of the farmers. However, one army jawan was also injured in the ensuing gunfire. Thus, it is no doubt that a 360-degree action plan is the need of the hour given the kind of situation that's unfolding on the northeast land. All right, viewers, joining me for more details is my colleague Nibir Dekar. Nibir, very good morning to you. But the developments which we are hearing from Manipur, especially the attacks in the light of the accidents that have happened in the past few days, is very worrying. The fact of the matter is that there are security forces around the bordering area and in the very sensitive zones of the district. But what remains to be is in fact an action plan, which needs to be constituted and established at the earliest to prevent such gruesome incidents of the women and the minor being killed and getting missing. What exactly are you picking up from your sources as far as the situation which continues to be on the boil in Manipur?
Well, if you see that the tensions are simmering in the state of Manipur ever since the violent clashes broke out in the Jiribam district of the conflict-torn state, and the recent there is that the police have undergone a massive search operation for the abducted individuals linked with the Jiribam incident, wherein we saw 10 armed militants had lost their lives and also the injury of one CRPF jawan. The Manipur police have intensified their efforts to locate the 6 missing persons following the attack in Jiribam, and the operations are undergoing extensively. They are working 24/7 to locate the missing persons. Although there are cases of violence going on in Jiribam, but the tensions in the other parts of the state is also prevalent in the form of protests that have rocked the valley as well as the hills. The Kuki community in the hills are protesting, and also the Meitei community in the valley, along with a 24-hour shutdown that has been declared. So the overall situation in the state is very tense. These attacks that are happening in Jiribam is not just limited to that particular side of the state, but it has spread to other parts of the state, and there is now visible tensions. The bigger issue right now is the rescue of the abducted individuals in the particular case, and secondly is the movement of arms and ammunitions in Manipur, wherein we have seen how people have used high-grade weaponry to inflict firing and other such vandalism and arson related incidents. As such, the security personnel are working extensively on ground. One of the key aspects of the ground working is that to stop the flow of arms and ammunition so that this incident, these flare-ups can be controlled. the CRPF along with the police forces are working and are spread across the vulnerable areas. The main agenda is to de-escalate the further escalation of the ongoing conflicts that are seen in Manipur. Back to you.
All right, Nibir, as we understand, the details that you are giving to us are clearly very grim, and the developments that are happening on the soil of Manipur are in fact in the need of urgent intervention, either by the center or in fact by the state governments, to put this into complete perspective about how such accidents and such kind of targeted attacks, especially on women and children, can be curtailed. Nibir, I'll request you to kindly stay on with me on the broadcast, while I also have my guest, Major Muhammad Ali Sha, joining me live on the broadcast. Sir, I appreciate you speaking to us on NewsX. What we need to understand very clearly on what's happening and what we're tracking from Manipur is that the situation is very worrisome. And when we talk about these developments in more detail, there is in fact a sense of ignorance that's coming by these repeated incidents that are taking place day after day. There is an 8-month-old child among the women and the children who have been abducted and they have been charred to death. So what exactly do you make of such incidents? We talk often about how Manipur largely remains on the boil and how the issues need an urgent intervention. But when we talk about the kind of serious incidents that are coming, these are very heart-wrenching. What is the need of the hour at this point of time then?
Right, Simran, it is indeed very, very heart-wrenching, and I have spent lovely memories I have. I've spent lovely days in Manipur, in fact, as a child and as a army officer's son who was posted. My father was posted there in Kaktin. He commanded a brigade from Kaktin. And then thereafter, I went to Manipur. In fact, I went on posting to the northeast part of India too. And I am very, very familiar with the entire Nagaland, Manipur. I went on deputation to the Assam Rifle as well. So it pains, that's my attachment to the northeast part of India. It pains me no end to see what is going on in Manipur, a beautiful state with such beautiful people. And let me tell you, the Kuki tribe and the Meitei community both are wonderful people. They are very, very peace-loving people actually. People should not judge by what's going on in Manipur that they are violent. No, they're not violent. They are actually very peace-loving, very cultured, very principled. It's just unfortunate what's going on. Now, the latest that you just spoke about, and which Nibir also was giving the report about, there were 100 IDPs. The IDPs, the internally displaced persons, they were sheltered in a relief camp near a police station compound over there. Now, this was following, there was an attack. We all know about the attack in Jiribam. What happened now? The bodies of 2 elderly IDPs, which I just spoke about, they were recovered. And another 3, they have been rescued. While 6, including 3 women and children each, they remain untraced so far. So the Jiri Apunba Loop, that is the apex mighty body in Jiribam, they claimed and they have said that the 6 missing persons were from the same family. So it is really disturbing. Now they also the IGP operations in Manipur. In fact, the Mr. I.K. Muiwa, who I had the honor of texting some time back, and he very, very gracefully replied back to the text. In fact, so I had been in touch with them. So it was between 2:30 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday. This happened. There was an attack by what he mentioned in the press conference were armed miscreants at Borobekra Police Station, and which is nearby a CRPF camp of Jakuradhor in Jiribam district. And in the attack, the miscreants, that's what he mentioned, they use RPGs, sophisticated automatic weapons such as AKs, inter rifles, SLRs, and he mentioned that 10 militants were found dead after the retaliation by the security forces, and 1 CRPF Jawan was wounded, and he was later on evacuated to Assam for treatment. Now, a lot of reports came in as suspected militants because there was no confirmation initially about their identity, what they were, who they were. So what's happened in Manipur is people, they are village volunteers and they are social groups. They are all armed groups now because they want to protect their land. So it's very difficult to actually segregate and identify who would be a village volunteer, who would be from a social group which is now an armed group, who would be an underground. Underground are the militants. So it's very, very actually difficult. Now there are a lot of theories floating around, and there are a lot of WhatsApp messages, videos, pictures going around. I would urge people not to go by what they hear and see on WhatsApp, and to verify and to check facts on ground, and we should go by the official reporting. There should not be any fake news or rumor mongering. And I commend NewsX, I commend you, Simran, for actually giving such responsible reporting. Now, when this troubled times in Manipur, a place like Jiribam, where the Mar population, it's HMAR, pronounced as Mar, which they are affiliated towards the Mizoram, towards the Mizos, they come under, affiliated towards the Kuki tribe. When a place like Jiribam, which was always very peaceful in Manipur, when that has come under fire. So the situation in Jiribam was building up. It's a build up. The result of build up, it was building up since September, I would say. In fact, and now we are seeing the kind of dirty violence we are seeing in Jiribam. So actually, who's suffering? The common Koki, the common Maite, the common people of Manipur are suffering. And if
All
you
right.
notice one, I'd like to conclude that if you notice one thing, the privileged people, the politicians, their families hardly suffer. It is a common person who suffers. So, at any cost, peace should prevail in Manipur at the earliest level. That should be the nation's first priority.
All right, Major Muhammad Ali Sha, in fact, thank you for giving your time in a very detailed, comprehensive reply to my question. And in fact, when we talk about Manipur, we'll continue to track more developments soon. But when we shift our focus to West Bengal governor, who is